Hi, my name is Kate Ferriante and I'm the CEO of Redwood Literacy. And I wanted to take a couple minutes today to tell you a little bit about who we are and why I'm so passionate about the mission we get to work towards fulfilling each and every day. I started out my career in Chicago as a CPS teacher on the South Side. My husband and I taught in the same school building. I'm a learning behavior specialist, and my CPS classroom was just my second teaching experience out of school. And I got to my first classroom. I had 18 students that were with me all day, and they were bright, they were capable, and they could not decode. And I was completely baffled and didn't know quite how to support them. I believed in them, but I felt kind of stuck. So through some research, I found the Wilson reading system and started implementing immediately in my classroom and saw immediate results for all 18 of my students. So very early on in my career, I became sold on the power of structured literacy interventions. So a little bit of background for you: about 80% of kids, give or take, can learn how to read using kind of any sort of method. Well, about 60% any sort of method, an additional 20% kind of struggle a little bit, but usually can get it. But about 20% of students do not learn how to read and write proficiently without some sort of structured literacy intervention. And because we know literacy is the foundation of all learning, this is a really big problem across our city and across our nation. There's a literacy crisis. Most fourth graders are either reading below, or they're not meeting benchmarks and reading below where they need to be reading as they head into the rest of their educational journeys. So Redwood was founded with the mission of trying to figure out, how do we take this structured literacy intervention that is so vital for 20% of kids and helpful to all students and make it more accessible? Because historically it's been really limited to communities of affluence because it costs between $100 and $150 an hour to hire a certified practitioner to come and work with your child, which obviously for many families across the city of Chicago is completely inaccessible. So after our experience in CPS, then we moved to the Noble Charter Network and saw that the literacy struggle among our high school students. And then we stepped out of the classroom for a while to start our own family, and we built a small private practice working with students around the city. And we loved getting to work with kids one-on-one, but we really saw even more so this opportunity gap between our clients who could afford to pay us the going rate in the city and the students who could not afford to pay that rate or anywhere close to that rate who still really needed this intervention. So in 2018, we founded Redwood Literacy here in Rogers Park, was our first location. And at the very beginning, it was just going to be an after-school and summer programming center where we were going to try to make Wilson reading, our favorite structured literacy intervention, more affordable to more students around the city. So we had a bunch of scholarships where kids were able to attend for free, and then we had reduced prices. So the majority of our clients from the get-go were paying about $20 to $40 an hour for our Wilson small groups. Then in 2019, Becky Sinclair joined. She's an amazing educator. She came on as our head of school for our full day school program, which is called Redwood Day. That is housed here in Rogers Park. And then in 2020, we opened our second location in Oak Park in partnership with Alcuin Montessori School. So we now have a full day school program here in Rogers Park and also a half day program in partnership with Alcuin Montessori in Oak Park. So lots of growth in a really short amount of time, which has been exciting and quite the adventure. We've learned a lot, and we are really, really excited to see geographically our services expanding across the city so more and more students can access them. Also, because of COVID, very unexpectedly, we transitioned all of our services to Zoom in March and have continued many of those Zoom services now. So we have students attending from Scotland, from Nashville, all over the country, Arizona. So it's been a really, really amazing experience to see the services reach so many kids who need them, especially in a time of crisis like we find ourselves in right now. In addition to our two locations for our full day and half day program, we also have over 100 students attending our after school services this year. The majority of those are attending via Zoom. And out of the 300 students that we serve holistically through all of our programming, over half of them are receiving services completely for free. So this has been made possible through generous donations, incredible creative thinking and willingness to think outside the box from our staff members. And we're just really, really proud and excited about how many students are being impacted by by the work that we get to do every day. We also have several school and community partnerships. This is where the majority of our students are getting these services for free. We're partnering with the Noble Charter Network. We are helping to support the training of 8 of their learning behavior specialists at 8 of their different campuses, working with high school students. We also have a partnership with the Menta Group at their Midway location. And then we have a couple partnerships with community organizations, one with The Block, which is an amazing nonprofit on the west side of Chicago, and then one with Lawndale Christian Legal Center, which is also on the west side of Chicago, where we send an instructor to teach classes to clients who attend their programming, all for free. So we're really, really excited about all that's happening this year. We could not do it without the generous support of our community, whether that be donations, whether that be moral support in such a challenging time in education. And we would love to invite you to learn more about our programming. Last year was the first year we were able to track our data for a full school year. And at both our day school and our after school programming, students grew an average of 1.5 to up to 3 grade levels of reading in 1 year. And it was a year that was disrupted by a pandemic. So we know what we do is very effective, and we want to just continue making sure that students all across the city of Chicago can have access to it. If you would like to be involved in this, please shoot me an email, Kate, K-A-I-T, at redwoodliteracy.com, or give me a call, 312-813-5141. I would love to tell you more about what we do and brainstorm ways for you to get involved. Thanks so much for listening.